Lottery. A lottery is a game of chance. The lottery business is a wagering transaction. Such a business is illegal if lottery is authorized by the government. The person conducting the lottery will not be guilty of criminal offense. Crossword puzzles. Where prizes depend upon chance, it's a lottery, therefore a wagering transaction. But if prices depend upon skill or intelligence, it is a valid transaction. So we come to the seventh stage of our series of tutorial and voiceover, and we call it contingent and quasi contracts. A contingent contract is a contract the performance of which depends upon the happening or non happening or a certain event. A contingent contract is a contract to do or not to do something if some event collateral to such contract does or does not happen. The collateral event means an event on which the performance of a contract depends. The collateral event is not the part of consideration but part of the contract. Performance of contingent contracts. The rules of performance of contingent contracts are as under. Happening of the event. Contingent contracts to do or not to do anything if an uncertain future event happens. It cannot be enforced by law unless and until that event has happened. The performance of a contingent contract depends upon the happening of an uncertain event. If certain event takes place, it becomes valid, but if that event does not take place, it becomes void. A non-happening of event. Contingent contracts to do or not to do anything if any uncertain future event does not happen. It can be enforced when the happening of that event becomes impossible and not before that. While the performance of a contingent contract depends upon the non happening of a certain event, and if that event does not happen, it's a valid contract. But if the event happens, it becomes void. Depending of an event on future conduct. A future event on which a contract is contingent is the way in which a person will act an, an unspecified time. The event shall be considered to become impossible when such a person does not do anything which renders it impossible that he should so act within any definite time or otherwise than under contingency. While the contingent contract depends upon the conduct of a person, its performance depends upon the conduct of that person. He may make it valid or void. Happening of event within fixed time. Contingent contracts to do or not to do anything if a specified uncertain event happens within a fixed time. It may become void if at the expiration of the time fixed such event has not happened, or if before the time fixed such event becomes impossible to happen. Where the performance of the contingent contracts depends upon the happening of uncertain event within fixed period of time, and if such event happens within the fixed period, it becomes a valid contract. But if such event does not happen within the fixed time, becomes impossible before the event time expires, it becomes void.